big story today is the final permission that has been given to devotees inside the Gyanvapi to be able to pray in the Vyas Ji Ka Tehkhana. This is a major win because remember, the prayers had been stopped in the Tehkhana ever since 1993. Remember, 30 years later, this is a watershed moment because the devotees have been saying that we need the right to worship, given especially the survey report of the ASI that has now become public, which shows that there indeed stood a mandir which was destroyed and the top of which a mosque was built. There are 4 cellars in Gyanvapi, out of which one of the cellars is called Vyas Ji Ka Tehkhana, ownership of which is with the Vyas family. Priest Somnath Vyas used to perform prayers here till 93 before the cellar was closed by the Mulayam Singh administration. ASI in its report called this cellar S2. It also clearly said that idols of Hindu deities were found buried there. Shri Hanuman, a Yonipat, Krishna, Vishnu, all these idols were found in the cellar. From Ram Lala's Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya to Hindus getting the right to pray in one of the cellars of Gyanvapi, what are the larger implications of this order? Will it have political implications as well? Let's open up the debate. What you see, in fact, on your screens right now are the pictures that we have of the Vyas Ji Ka Tehkhana. This is a part of the ASI report. So for everyone wondering, what does the Tehkhana look like, where eventually the Hindus will be allowed to play? The pictures are on your screen. Opening this up, Shankar Jain, lawyer, joins us along with Dushyant Sridhar, Vedic scholar. Shankar Jain, I want to start with you because there is a lot of curiosity. People are wondering, when the court order said that prayers will start in 7 days, does it mean that ordinary people like you and I can also go into the Tehkhana now and offer prayers?
Yes, you are right. The today court has passed an order to restart puja within Tehkhana, which was going on till 1993. And 1993, the area was barricaded and Vyas Ji was ousted from the premises and the puja was stopped. Before that, every day, daily puja was going on, special rituals were going on, Akhand Ramayana, Sundarkand ka part, everything was going on. Now it will all resume, and I appeal to and I request to the government to start immediately, without delay, the puja which was going on, and I also request and appeal to all the devotees of Lord Shiva to go for darshan and puja in a disciplined manner without causing any disturbance, because there is no clash between Hindus and Muslims. They will get entry point in front of the gate which is to open from Nandiji, and Muslims, you guess, is from the staircase that is from the north. There are 2 different directions and no clash. And I think that Hindu public, Hindu devotees, they are self-disciplined and they will perform puja in a large manner and go do everything to worship there. And today or tomorrow, I think that auspicious time will come. And certainly, this order is a historical order for us, and it will be proved to be one step ahead to get the Sri Gyanvapi temple structure as was existing before its demolition.
Okay, Dushyant Sridhar, now the pictures that we see on our screen is of the Vyas Ji Ka Tehkhana as it exists right now. Now it has been shut for 30 years, no puja has been offered. The kind of statues and idols and deities that have been found are varied. There is Hanuman Ji ki Khandit statue, there is a Krishna idol. What kind of pujas can possibly...
You can do a lot of parayanam, which is recitation. You can recite verses of Shiva Mahapuranam, you can recite verses of Linga Puranam, you can recite verses of Srimad Ramayanam. Just now, Jain ji did speak about the Akhanda Parayanam, which used to happen till about 1993. So Parayanam can happen. Parayanam means recitation of the verses can happen, because there's no Prana Pratishtha which has happened till now because of all these issues. Parayanam can be done. At the outset, it, Padmaja, for Sanatana Dharma, which is Hinduism, which is like a huge banyan tree with different schools of philosophies and theology, especially for the devotees of Mahadeva, Shiva, the Shaivites, this is a very, very wondrous moment. This is a very happy moment. Second, the connection, Padmaja, which your viewers will surely appreciate, there is a line which states, Karna Mole, Shive Rama Rameti Rameti Kashyam. To anybody who's on the verge of death in Varanasi, Kashi, it is said that Lord Shiva will come and recite the Nama of Rama on his right ear. So it is so very well connected. Just now we had the Rama Janmabhoomi, Rama Pratishtha, Prana Pratishtha, and here we are moving to Kashi. This is the second connection. The third, I am extremely elated, and my namaskarams to Hari Shankar Ji and Vishnu Shankar Jain as well, because they are from the minority Jain community and they are fighting for the rights of the majority Hindu community. It means so much to us. Thank you so much, sir.
Hari Shankar Ji, would you want to respond to what Dushyant Sridhar says?
He has rightly said that puja can be performed according to as per Vedic Shastra, and kindly consider that everything here is being done according to law, and we are law-abiding citizens. We are not like Muslims. They are taking law to hands, going to demolish anything or to do anything which is wrong. We are in court of law and we want the settlement through court, and this is one step ahead to get justice. And the Tehkhana puja should be performed very peacefully in a disciplined manner, and again appeal to all the Hindu devotees to go perform puja in a disciplined manner without causing any disturbance. And
that is of paramount importance. But I have a curiosity. Mr. Jain, I have a curiosity. Is it possible that on top there will be a mosque where prayers will be offered, and then in the cellar puja will be done? Can the two exist?
Padmaja Ji, kindly know, and I may explain, and keep in your mind that till 1993, puja was being performed in this very Tehkhana cellar, and Namaz was being offered in the upper portion of the building from the north side of the staircase. Everybody knows. It is not new thing. It is not new thing. And the puja, as was going on, till 1993, it will be performed in the same very fashion. There is nothing new.
But legally, how does that make the legal position? Because in the case of the Ram Mandir, sir, it was argued that for 55 years no namaz has been offered in that place. So the question of a mosque's existence does not arise. As opposed to Gyanvapi, where namaz is also being offered and now puja will also be offered. So how does one compare the legal position vis-a-vis Ram temple where no namaz was being offered, but in Gyanvapi namaz is still being offered, even though puja will happen in the cellar? Hari Shankar Ji.
Yeah. Do not confuse with Ayodhya case. Every case has its own aspect, impact, and this case is different from Ayodhya case. In Ayodhya case, the matter was very different. Since 1949, at least Hindus were in possession over the entire area. Here, till 1993, puja was being performed within the cellar Tehkhana, and that was restricted by Mulayam Singh government after raising fencing, iron fencing. That has been restored. There is nothing new. Don't compare it with the Ayodhya case. That was different. The location, the building, the structure, the history was different in Ayodhya case. Here we have a very different case.
Okay.
Here, since 1993, it is admitted case that on record that puja was going on at different places within the complex, and Muslims were using restricted right of namaz over upper portion, which was itself illegal, and that is under challenge before the court. Court has not given us any new thing.
Okay.
Court has only restored the own situation which was existing in 1993. I may explain you that don't compare it Look at the case.
That is a very important point to be made and should be remembered by everyone who is engaging in politics. But Dushyant Sridhar, speaking of the puja that is to happen, is it possible to offer puja when there is a mosque existing on top? Or at least where Islamic prayers are being offered on the ground floor?
Sanatana Dharma, so Sanatana Dharma, which is Hinduism, believes in the worship of murtis, of forms, to put it in simple English words, of forms. But remember, formlessness is also treated as one of the forms. So there is no bar in worshipping with or without the murti. Point number one. Unlike Islam, which believes that the God is only formless and any worship done to any murti or form is not allowed in Islam. So the counter question that I would like to ask Padmaja is, till now when the ASI report came out, it clearly says the number of Shivalingas, the murtis, the inscription that talk about Janardana, of Rudreshwara and so on is found well within the premises of Gyanvapi Mosque itself. So when Islam prohibits any kind of idol worship, murti worship, or also prohibits a person, a devout Muslim, from performing namaz in a place where there are murtis, how come namaz was being performed in the very place where all these idols were kept? So that should be the counter question, because in Sanatana Dharma we don't have any problem, because if that is a place where namaz is being performed, that is not prohibited for us, because that is the place where the temple was, that's all. That's where the sanctity begins and stops. The counter question is, Islam does not allow idol worship and does not allow a devout Muslim to perform namaz in a place where there are idols. We call them murtis. So in such a scenario, when there have been so many artifacts, so many murtis of Shiva, of Hanuman found in the very premises, how come they were allowed to perform as per the tenets of Islam all these years?
These are all very important points. Make no mistake, today is a watershed moment, because after 30 years, a right to worship which had existed all this while in a place which the Archaeological Survey of India says is a temple. There existed a temple where now stands a mosque that was taken away. Today that right has been restored. The implications will be very keenly tracked here. Shankar Jain, Dushyant Sridhar, thank you very much for joining us with your wisdom.